Hey everyone, Daryl Stewart here. Today we're diving into a topic that might be stressing some of you out: collections and how they impact your credit score. If you've ever missed a payment or found yourself overwhelmed by debt, you've probably encountered collections. They can seem intimidating, but understanding them is the first step to managing and overcoming them. In this video, we'll break down what collections are, the different types you might face, and most importantly, how they impact your credit score. We'll also cover practical steps you can take to settle, pay off, and ultimately improve your credit after dealing with collections. Stick around because this information could save you a lot of financial heartaches and help you regain control over your credit health. Remember, knowledge is power. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of collections, how to handle them, and how to rebuild your credit. So let's get started. All right, let's start with the basics. What exactly are collections? Collections refer to unpaid debts turned over to a collection agency to recover the money owed. When you fail to pay a debt, the creditor might hire or sell the debt to a collection agency. These agencies specialize in recovering unpaid debts and often use aggressive tactics. When your debt goes to collections, it indicates trouble managing financial obligations. Understanding collections is the first step in tackling them head-on. Next, let's talk about the different types of collections you might encounter. There are various kinds, each stemming from different types of unpaid bills or debts. Some of the most common types include medical collections, utility collections, credit card collections, and even student loan collections. Each type has its unique characteristics and implications. Medical collections often arise from unpaid hospital or doctor bills. These can be particularly stressful because they usually follow unexpected health emergencies. Utility collections come from unpaid bills for services like electricity, water, or internet. Missing these payments can quickly lead to your account going into collections. Credit card collections are probably the most familiar. If you fall behind on your credit card payments, your creditor may sell the debt to a collection agency. Lastly, student loan collections occur when you default on your student loans. It's crucial to understand the specifics of each type because they can impact your credit differently and may offer different options for resolution. So, how exactly do collections impact your credit score? When a debt is sent to collections, it's reported to the major credit bureaus. This negative mark can stay on your credit report for up to 7 years. It can significantly lower your credit score. A lower score makes it harder to qualify for new credit or loans. Even if approved, you'll face higher interest rates. It can also affect renting, job applications, and utilities. Now, let's discuss settling collections. When you have a debt in collections, you may have the option to negotiate a settlement with the collection agency for less than the full amount owed. This means you could potentially pay a reduced amount to satisfy the debt. While this can be a good way to resolve the debt, it's important to note that settling doesn't necessarily remove the negative mark from your credit report. The collection account will still appear, but it will be marked as settled rather than unpaid. This is generally viewed more favorably by future lenders and creditors, but it's not as good as having no collections at all. It shows that while you had difficulty, you took steps to address the issue. When negotiating a settlement, be sure to get the agreement in writing. This protects you by providing proof of the terms agreed upon. Also, beware of potential tax implications, as forgiven debt can sometimes be considered taxable income. Always consult with a tax professional if you're unsure. Paying off a collection account is another option. While it may not immediately remove the collection from your credit report, it can update the status to paid or settled. This is generally seen as more responsible than leaving the debt unpaid. Paying off the debt also stops the collection calls and letters, which can be a significant relief. However, it's essential to understand that simply paying off the debt won't necessarily boost your credit score overnight. The impact on your score depends on various factors, including the age of the collection and the scoring model used. Some newer models might ignore paid collections, while older models might still factor them in. Despite this, paying off collections can be a step in the right direction for your overall financial health. It shows future lenders that you've taken responsibility for your debts. Plus, it's one less thing to worry about, helping you move forward with a cleaner slate. Let's delve deeper into how collections affect your credit score. The presence of a collection account can lead to a significant drop in your score, but the exact impact varies. Factors such as the type of debt, the amount owed, and how recent the collection is all play a role. For example, a recent high-balance collection will generally have a more severe impact than an older, smaller one. different credit scoring models also treat collections differently. For instance, FICO 9 and VantageScore 4.0 may ignore paid collections, meaning once you settle the debt, it may no longer affect your score. Older models, however, might still consider paid collections as negative marks. It's also worth noting that the impact of a collection on your score will lessen over time. The first 2 years are usually the most damaging, but as the collection ages, its influence on your score diminishes. This is why it's crucial to address collections promptly and work towards improving your credit history. Understanding credit reporting laws is vital when dealing with collections. The Fair Credit Reporting Act, or FCRA, governs how collections and other credit-related information can be reported on your credit report. This law provides several consumer protections, ensuring that the information reported is accurate, fair, and private. Under the FCRA, you have the right to dispute any inaccurate or incomplete information on your credit report. If you believe a collection account is incorrect, you can file a dispute with the credit bureaus. They must investigate your claim and correct any errors within 30 days. Additionally, the FCRA limits how long negative information, including collections, can stay on your credit report, typically 7 years. Knowing your rights under this law can empower you to ensure your credit report is accurate and fair, giving you a better chance of maintaining a healthy credit score. Another important aspect to consider is the statute of limitations on debt. The statute of limitations is the period during which a creditor or collection agency can legally sue you to collect a debt. This period varies by state and type of debt, typically ranging from 3 to 6 years, but it can be longer in some cases. Once the statute of limitations expires, you cannot be legally sued for the debt. However, this doesn't mean the debt disappears. It can still exist and be reported on your credit report. Knowing the statute of limitations for your specific debt can help you understand your rights and options. It's also important to be cautious when dealing with old debts. Making a payment or acknowledging the debt in writing can potentially reset the statute of limitations, giving collectors more time to take legal action. Always consult with a legal professional if you're unsure about your situation. If you're unsure about the validity of a debt or believe there may be errors in the collection process, you have the right to request debt validation from the collection agency. Under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, the collection agency must provide evidence that the debt is legitimate and that they have the right to collect it. To request validation, you must send a written request to the collection agency within 30 days of receiving the initial collection notice. The agency must then provide documentation such as the original creditor's name, the amount owed, and proof that the debt is yours. This process can help you identify any errors or fraudulent activities, ensuring that you're only paying for legitimate debts. If the collection agency cannot validate the debt, they must cease collection activities and remove the collection from your credit report, which can significantly improve your credit score. Finally, let's talk about how to improve your credit after dealing with collections. Rebuilding your credit takes time and effort, but it's entirely possible. Start by making on-time payments on all your current accounts. Payment history is a significant factor in your credit score, and consistent timely payments can help improve it. Next, work on reducing your credit card balances. High credit utilization can negatively impact your score, so aim to keep your balances low relative to your credit limits. Diversifying your credit mix by responsibly managing different types of credit, such as installment loans and revolving credit, can also help. Additionally, consider using a secured credit card or becoming an authorized user on someone else's account to build positive credit history. Over time, the negative impact of collections will diminish, and you'll see your credit score start to improve. Remember, patience and responsible financial management are key to rebuilding your credit. In conclusion, it's essential to be proactive in addressing collections on your credit report. You can work with the collection agency to negotiate a payment plan or settlement and monitor your credit reports regularly to ensure that any resolved collections are updated accurately. By staying on top of your finances, you can prevent future collections and maintain a healthier credit score. Additionally, consider seeking advice from a credit counselor or attorney if you're facing overwhelming collections or legal issues related to debt. These professionals can provide valuable guidance and help you navigate complex situations. Remember, you don't have to tackle this alone. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with others who might benefit. Let's take control of our credit together and work towards a brighter financial future. Until next time, stay informed and stay empowered.